there, welcome back to Disco Saloon. This is season 3, episode 8. Episode 8. Episode 8.
6, 7, 8.
I know. Aye, I'm not even doing it. Aye, so we're here. We're joined as usual by Jay, McKeff, Bradley,
Gang.
and we're looking to cook for a third week in a row.
Wow.
Well,
Hot streak on Duolingo. Get a flame.
We'll be able to speak French shortly enough. Aye, so we're hoping to cook. I feel like last week we done quite well.
Aye, last week was a wee bit
Aye,
tricky.
so hopefully we've been in good form. We were flinging some dirt. So anybody want to start us halfway here today?
I did have something now, I forgot.
Any craziness?
What do you think about this 2016 nostalgia thing? I'm kind of weirded out by folk saying that's 10 years ago. It's kind of giving me that existential.
I was going to ask what pathway are you going here, but is it because it's been 10 years, but actually it was 4 years ago?
No, but like,
so
I
don't know
feel
how-
like 2016 was a very normal year, but people are bigging up as if it was the best year of all time.
Was that
man.
not the year you left school?
Aye, it was shite.
No, 2016 was
2016.
peak, man. I moved away to uni, no, I was 17, went to Tina Park.
Me and you have serious unks because I don't remember anything. Oh, wait. Don't know.
You at least 30.
I would have went.
I was going to say I went to Ibiza, but I didn't. That was 2017, so I have no idea.
I went to like maybe Magaluf that year. I don't know.
I went to America that year.
America.
Aye.
2016
BTS
wiped
are a
from
mega
my
USA.
fucking brain.
Try to think specific
Do you know
cultural
what
things.
2016 was peak for? I think that was peak propaganda time in that. I think 2016 was that kind of up to
10
Glasgow.
Oh shit! Aye, it would have been like
When did it burn down?
Jelly Baby propaganda, the campus OG kind of
Aye,
campus, the
Venoms.
big fucking Venoms in the
Aye.
yard jugs.
That was
kind of
2016, aye.
Firewater. They kind of vibes.
Was 3 litres of Frosty Jacks and your dad's just watching Champions League 2016?
It was
Aye.
because
Spurs
I
in the
mind,
Champions League, Arsenal in the Europa.
I
Maybe
mind,
about that time.
Aye.
the good old days.
Aye, the good old days.
I came back and it was first year, and I think it was 2016 going into 2017. I was staying, and I'm sure us three were drinking Frosty and I waited in the toilet.
It would have been in
you
that
were
time.
upside down, I remember that.
We were actually at Rolly.
So, see, in fairness, I think that was like the point in my life where I worked at Tesco's back shifts Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and then I was just staying otherwise, and then I was just like drinking, obviously, just whenever.
You were a war man.
I was just, but do you know what's funny? See, at that point, I never really had much of a concept of mental health. I feel like that actually wasn't. That was before it all got fucking like really dour and dark. Let's see, then I could roll out of bed anytime and I wouldn't give a fuck. And now it's like, whoa.
Do you want the top 5 songs in the UK for 2016?
Some of the Calvin Harris. No, the one with Dizzy Rascal, because Dizzy Rascal came out.
So this was like this must have been like best selling or ones that were like number one the most or whatever. So not necessarily the best, but defining anyway.
Right.
Number 5 is This Is What You Came For, Calvin Harris, Rihanna.
This is what you
Fries,
can.
man.
Oh man, this feels like decades ago. I took a pill in Ibiza. I'm like, what's that?
Right, okay, aye.
Because
What
everybody was
ones-
going to Maga that year for my year in school. I never went.
What
No.
one's
Aye.
Cheap Thrills by Sia?
Oh,
You'll know it. Aye.
Aye, you know what?
You'll know it when you hear it.
7 years looking. 7 years looking.
hate that song, man.
30 years old.
And then,
Fucking terrible song.
And then One Dance by Drake when he was hitting all that fucking dance.
man.
Is that not the biggest selling song of all time? But
That's
like, it's not
must
what
actually
it's
one of
been
them
something.
crazy.
Do you know what that would have been like peak Kieran Lee into his rap time as well? That kind of like Juice WRLD coming up and
I
that.
think the year after that was like Nav and stuff like that.
Aye, defo. That kind of time. It's weird because I'm more nostalgic for like, but that might be an age thing, more 2012, 2013 age time. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's like that was kind of peak FIFA
Fourth and fifth year
I
in
suppose
school.
starting drinking properly
we
and all
left school
that.
in 2016, so
Aye.
we took like a massive jump in that
The
year, whereas you were
milestones.
like, what, 2 years out the game
we,
at that
like
point?
we were like working kind of like
I'm
in
the
that
same.
realm.
I'm the same as you. 2012, but the thing is, no, even 2014 when we left school. 2012.
No, 2012 specifically, but I don't
Coney,
know.
stop Coney. No, that 2012.
YouTube,
film,
YouTube kind
2012.
of becoming a thing like you know that YouTube hadn't been a thing, but it became like a proper proper hang round about then.
KSI and all that. It was,
That was all that
FIFA
kind of
12.
realm.
It was 2011, wasn't it? But getting into
but
2012.
FIFA 13. I also,
Halo
FIFA
Reach.
14. I moved in with my
was it for a bit?
dad in 2014, 2013. So that's more where I had like a big change because I was still in school then.
Aye.
So like that for whatever reason. But I think most folk my age that are like coming up on 30 have that 2012 hingy rather than hingy. Rather than
So it's 2016's FIFA 17 then.
Aye. Royce on the front. I
Aye,
think.
because it was Royce.
Glass.
Because FIFA 17 was the one where you'd get 30 shots on target, but they'd get one chance and they'd win 1-0. It was horrid, man.
Glass Animals Youth.
Bastille send them off.
Catfish in the bottom end postpone.
Aye, it's some bad do. It's a fucking tune and all, man. Aye, that
Maybe
kind
not.
of.
Aye.
I don't know. I feel like everything for like 2014 to 2019 all feels quite samey. But I think that's because I had left school. I was working odd jobs in and out of different things, and just life never changed much in that time for me. It was going out and then working a job that I probably didn't like, and then just doing that on repeat until lockdown hit, and then it all kind of changed after that.
That was
The
crazy.
same thing is, I've seen this exact same thing happen a couple of years ago, and I'm sure it was by 2012.
Aye, no, I think so.
And it's when
Aye.
folk hit mid-20s and that.
Then they
and
start reminiscing like 10 back.
I
Kind of
think I remember a 14 or a 12 one, and I was like, wowzers, man. But
Aye.
so I don't know what I think it, man.
That's probably quite cyclical
I cannot
anyway.
remember 2016, but that's insane.
I can
I
probably
usually
remember.
have insane memory, but wow, that years.
I do like I can remember for you at least coming out because we made a hang of like hanging out at my dad's,
Aye.
and then me, you, and Kieran Lee would meet up sometimes
But I
outside
don't-
and smoke fags.
But I think that's
a thing.
2017 because that's Arsenal in that final.
It would have been the summer after I finished first year of uni.
So I don't really.
Was when maybe I started seeing you a wee bit more. Because I never really, like, I was pals with you, but I
Because
wasn't
I
like...
don't think I moved to Shortleys to 2017.
Was it?
Aye. So I think I'm still in Long Park.
Because mind I was home for like 2 months before I went back up to uni in second year.
Aye, that's true.
And I was there, obviously you were there quite a lot. Me and Aaron, basically, anytime you weren't working, we were smoking J's and whatever, do you know what I mean?
Aye.
So,
I'm going to need to look at a photo or something. I sent Cammy that one, but that's not really giving me much. That was just in Danny's before we went to Glasgow one night. But 2016, man. Films is a rival 2016.
aye. I worked in the cinema for 2 months before I got sacked.
So around about that
Aye.
time.
Did you get sacked?
It was,
you told me, but
aye.
tell everybody if you want.
It's not really anything crazy. I chose to party till 6 in the morning rather than go to work. And what used to happen was my ex-girlfriend at the time used to do the morning shift and I'd have to take care for her. This was before we started going out, not when I was like 17, 18. And I ended up not going. And then we walked in one day and that's how it kind of happened. Aye.
Crazy.
Shows you how bad my memory is. I FIFA was 2016, so I do remember 2016 because I don't remember Ibiza.
That's
That was
nuts, man.
2016 Ibiza. I'm 19 in Ibiza.
Aye, that's cracking.
I took like just there a grand with me, I think, but it was all inclusive. And I was saving up that sass like crazy
Did
style,
you
man,
spend
crazy frog.
every dime? Or did you come
Almost,
home
man,
then?
because you were, I mean, you're talking €20 or whatever for a bottle of beer in the clubs, so you were just getting lashed. It's like €12 a bottle of water. I don't know what it is now, but it was.
Probably more than that.
That's crazy.
Carol Coxey's last night at Space, and I'm telling you, man, I was Space. I turned around and looked at KB, and we both had sunglasses on, man, and I'm just like, this is fucked, man. Like, this is. Went to a rave in a like an old zoo, and there was a DJ playing in like where the seal would be, doing seal tricks, like with a bit of water around him, and we were all up in a kind of Coliseum type thing.
That's wild, man.
Aye, man, fuck knows. There's probably some shit I can't tell about that holiday, man.
No, on the
Right,
night.
so that I got shut in a balcony for
I've
for
heard
like
this,
2-3
aye.
years, which is crazy.
That'd have
Yourself
been
just
terrifying.
luckily I had fags.
I was going to say, did you have snout?
but I had my phone and fags, but that's not getting you very far on a balcony night before.
No.
Did you have a drink?
No.
Oh, that's killer.
Aye, it
'Cause
was-
you could
it
sit in a
was-
balcony
it
with a
was-
bottle
it was
and then 40
fucking
fags and
brutal,
just-
man. Aye, so maybe I didn't remember 2016 a wee bit. No, that was 2015. That Drake album.
What one? If you're reading this, it's too
aye,
late.
that's
That was
2014.
2014, is it not?
Is it? Fuck, right.
That was 20. Maybe it was 2015.
Don't know.
Frank Ocean Blonde came out that year.
2016.
Aye. Great album.
I can't think of any more films.
Aye, 2016. I'm trying to think. Miss Emporium's. No, I'm thinking of something else. Miss Peregrine's, the one with Asa Butterfield.
Let me see 2016 films.
The Fantastic Beast film came out, so I got a t-shirt for work.
10 years ago.
Aye. I see when you
That's
start
weird,
thinking about
aye.
that.
It's weird with anything that's 10 years ago.
Oh, La La Land's 2016.
La La Land, aye.
Oh, Moonlight would have been.
The Handmaiden.
Aye.
Handmaiden. Fucking
Zootopia.
What's the fish one? No, was that maybe 2017?
Shape of Water.
Shape of Water.
That's 2017.
2017 was a good year for
Hacksaw
films.
Ridge is 2016.
I mean, that been on.
Did Dunkirk come out 2016?
2017.
Aye, next year. 2017 was a
Rogue
good year.
One's 2016.
I got a t-shirt for that, I know, man. Aye. Don't know about that,
fuck
but-
knows. I don't know. I'm not nostalgic for it. I can hardly remember it, but I beef I'm nostalgic for.
I wonder if it will come round for us at some point where we would start pining for it. I don't know, but man, I just, it's for whatever reason 2012 was just, that's the one where it's the world was better then. Like that's
Aye, it felt like before it went all dark. I
Aye.
kind of feel that with
I
2016.
think
but
2017 was maybe better than
It was
2016.
good.
I
It
don't
was
know,
good,
man. Fuck,
2017,
I don't know,
but-
man. I mean, what is years just made up things, innit?
I think everything was going quite well
real construct.
until COVID, and then post-COVID, like post-Bamboo.
Aye, it's
Well, wicked
definitely.
episode on Bamboo, man. Holy moly, man. It was good.
Aye, definitely. I think COVID's definitely like the kind of great fucking equaliser in that. Like the world definitely felt like it was moving in one direction, and then everything just went fucked.
'Cause I think
after that.
that's now
and then it just
four
keeps
year.
getting progressively worse now.
Since the masks and the social distancing, that's
Four.
5 it will be.
Oh, is it 2021 it
It'll be
started?
six year this year?
Because it
Oh.
started in 2019, and then 2020 was when
Lockdown,
Boris
basically.
tell you no leave your house, and then
Aye.
2021 was when it was like we're opening things up, COVID passports, shit like that.
Mind having to book, like, going to a restaurant, like, got
Aye.
to spoons and all that.
The end of
Aye.
2020 was crazy. I went to a gig, I'm sure at the end of 2020 maybe, and it was COVID passports and shit, and it was just horrible, man.
Passports, man.
It's actually, it's so nuts. I mind
It feels like a wormhole, doesn't it?
Aye, it's because I mind when I was in it, and even as soon as we'd come out it, and folk were like, "This has been the most dark, despairing thing that ever happened to me in my entire life," and I was just like, "Sucks to be you," because I quite liked it.
Aye.
But more time has passed, and the more I'm like, the world has just got worse and worse, and like everybody's world has got a bit worse and worse for then for whatever reason. Mostly fucking like higher up
I
shit.
think
but
It did feel like, can that way you feel like ill for a week or whatever, and it just kind of knocks you out of like all proportions or whatever.
Aye.
Felt like that on a huge scale. Like it just
the fact
absolutely.
the scale was so big, I think, is the thing that like sits with you where you're like, that like, will we ever see it? The only thing that would be equivalent to that is a full blown war, like an actual real life one.
or like an air COVID bit worse.
Aye, like a kind of Black Death type situation.
I think this is
Lord, if you're listening,
maybe
don't do it to
my
me.
hot take, but I think shame died when COVID happened.
That's also when
See, like,
social
folk-
media became what it is now,
Aye.
because it wasn't what it is now before COVID.
TikTok, Insta Reel, like folk see the live streams of folk like doing stuff. It's a Galaxy Chat, all that part.
Aye, it's
like that's
started
shame,
then.
a straight
Aye.
shame, right? There's nothing wrong with like I'm all for like embarrassment's a choice, all that kind of stuff. But there is a point now where like it's just got to like, all the OnlyFans birds and the actual internet culture is off the scale.
Aye.
Like folk live online,
But that
and it's just
happened.
there's no law anymore.
COVID
Like,
defo made that happen. That's
it's called culture.
There's so many folk
It's-
on like
it's a tabular man up there.
see like what do you call it, like Scottish TikTok kind of thing. Like there was like a whole like there's all these folk that like made TikToks during then, they get hundreds of fucking followers, hundreds of views, they were all interacting with each other, and then they've all just like dipped off because they went back to normal life. But it like created this like standard for like internet culture that just never went away. It just got worse and worse. Constantly being on fucking lives, like fucking posting 30 fucking videos a day. Nobody was posting 30 things a day before COVID.
you couldn't.
It was only after that became
Aye.
a standard. There's so many wee bits.
What year was Vine? I was about to ask.
2000.
2013, 2014. I think.
Aye, somewhere round about there, aye. And it maybe
It's a
died
near-
2016
near
or
good
something.
mark for 2014. But but like before, all you had even near it was Vine, and that was nothing like it. It was just like
No.
6 seconds, like a quick slip of
Aye.
a banana and shouting or whatever.
Aye,
Like
like a wee very snippety clip, but obviously TikTok. What was it called before? Was it fucking
Musically?
Songify, musically.
Musically.
Aye,
Aye.
aye. So they made that, and then it was for what, lip syncing and dancing to stuff, and then they kind of they changed it. Mind we made when folks started using TikTok, and we were so cringe because we were like, we'll never do that. But then one night we were drinking, we were like, fuck it,
raging.
Let's make one.
So past us
at the very bottom of my TikTok, have you
seen ones when you've got the blonde hair?
Man.
There's like one where it's 2019 or maybe like the very early 2020, one of the two, and it's Bradley sitting, and it's all the empty fag packets that we had, and we poured them at him. There's like 100 plus fag packets, and he's sitting in the couch, and they're off on him. We posted that, and we didn't post one for like a year at least, maybe a year and a half.
I worked out it was like 1,400 quid of fag packets, because it was like £11 and then like 120 packets of fags. Aye, but TikTok, like,
see,
I'm
that's
so
funny.
raging
that's
that we
actually
didn't
funny
just...
because I stopped. That was what stopped me smoking.
It was £11.
COVID. No, COVID, because I was working at Vesty and I was just smoking a fag in every break, and I was maybe, I don't know how many I was going through a day. It wasn't like, it was crazy, but it wasn't like crazy. See once you were in the house, but I started feeling a bit black market, because I was sitting like, I'd be playing a FIFA tournament with a fag hanging with me, and I'm kind of like, and what I was using as an ashtray was like, something that wasn't an ashtray, and I think it was like an empty candle or something. Every time I looked at it, I was like, man, is that what my insides look like? It did help me stop it. Obviously I still do it now when I drink, but that defo was like, I'm a stinking bastard now, man. That's the only bit for that. COVID was on it. It was a bit kind of fucking like, every day was juice.
It was like seeing Football Manager, man. Sometimes when you just like skip to the next game, it's just days.
They just hang it by.
I've got Barnsley on Saturday. Like, I'll just skip it. Like, I don't need to watch I don't need to sim the game. I'll just go to I'll go to next week. I've got Chelsea away. Do you know what I mean?
The hanging but the experience must have been well different for like folk that like stay themselves and were kind of being quite stringent with the rules. Like, they were quite sticking to it, and then also like kind of really older folk like. And certain things, and then really young folk that were meant to be at school. We probably all were in like a demographic of, we didn't care too much about the rules. We weren't that feary because we didn't like, obviously it could have fucked pennies, right? But like, we weren't as caring about it, and we could socialise in lots of different ways, like online or when it became bubbles and all that, and we could be like, you could fin away fucking run about
I definitely wasted it. Knew that I think about
the time that you had,
obviously, but like, obviously at the time, but I wasn't going to sit and do stuff. But even if I was like 1% more productive than I was, man, it was that
a wee skill or something.
It was fucking Warzone was popping off, COD Warzone, and
me and Aaron get really good at drinking.
Off again, off again,
and actually we get really good drinking. Where folk? See they fat deathbeds, man.
What year is that? What is that? That's 2020, 2021,
2020.
2020 was the bulk of that. The fat despas and the wicked cans that were like a precursor to
anti-venom,
the anti-venom.
Bring it back, wicked. If there's a cunt that knows somebody for the wicked factory, man.
And McKeff had the fucking DJ decks run.
The DJ decks run and that.
Ken, that was
an actual 25-man party in peak COVID is kind of crazy, man.
It was maybe tailored down a wee bit. I think they maybe said, you could have 8 folk in your house.
I think that it was 8 folk.
But looking back, not the proudest moment, but at the same time,
we were young.
Can't change it. We were young. Well, it was like 7 years ago, near enough. 6 years ago. It's weird that COVID. Like, I felt like I had 2 different experiences, because I had the first experience, I wasn't working, and me and Aaron, just like Aaron was working, he was kind of holding the fort, we were on. Eventually his laptop was like a fucking 2 bricks stuck together, like he's trying to answer chats, and I'm actually doing nothing but like making toast and beans for breakfast and doing 40 push-ups when I wake up my mattress and all that, and he's like, fuck this job, fuck up, no work, and like this laptop's up, and then he ended up just laying it. So then we were just like, right, we're going to watch Game of Thrones and just catch up with media and share music and
so many things.
That whole thing you're describing defo fucked you, man. That was like the state of the fucking, that was like the beginning of the end for Bradley. See that waking up and doing push-ups, I remember you talking to us about that.
Didn't it for like 2 years, man?
That that was the start of your fuck knows what journey it is, God, man. But like,
I was losing my mind, but it was an optimistic way. But then, in the latter end of 2020, so that was my year off uni. I just finished my degree, and then I went back to Inverness for my honours degree, and COVID went peak again. And I was expecting to go into the theatre and create a piece and see our folk, and we never went into the uni once because of COVID. So I sat in a room for like 9 months myself. Crazy.
That meant you went away, and then you came back. You were a shell of what would the person that left.
That's what I remember.
It was weird because like,
you were actually alright. You were getting sick, but a wee bit. You were getting sick towards the end of the lifestyle.
I was coming home, like started trying to get a job before I moved away. I was working in the PRA group doing the DCA's, man, debt collection agency, and I mean coming home like a Thursday. I don't think Karen had a job yet, and like folk were just on it, and I was like, you just get paid tomorrow, it's the 27th, whatever, what you doing? Because it was just carnage, and I was like, I need a new path, man.
I don't want to bring up what he said, right, but Kim, when you said shell of a man, remember that time he come down for Inverness and he was shouting at us? He went back up, and see after that, when he come back down for that, when you're saying he's a shell of a guy, wow, man,
I was a shadow.
What happened up there, man?
I was broke, man.
It was like you had like the energy to fix things when you left, and you wanted to channel that to us, and then by the time you came back, we had to try and give you a bit of energy back. It was this weird thing, but like it was all good intention gone, but then actually like we did naturally all simmer back down into a lifestyle.
I kind of wish that I'd done it Fey Bamboo. I wish I finished the degree Fey Bamboo.
But you would have been for a reason. But sick at the point, obviously, because you would have been like, if it was Kieran Lear or whatever else was going on at the time, and you're like, Ken, fuck this shite, man, which is totally understandable.
That house and all, man, it get to the point where you're like, why do we get 7 different types of carpet? That's not good. Honestly, I just want to see the same carpet in every room, man. What's going on?
There was a sweet spot where it felt like, honestly, there was not a care in the world, and it didn't matter. Like, there was a sweet spot. But it's the same as like, see how I don't have a job now. There's a sweet spot of not having a job after about 3 weeks where you're not as concerned about the job you've lost, and you're like, oh, I'll get one soon, and you enjoy it. But see, after like 2-3 months, you're actually like, I would do anything just to like be out the house and a bit of money and a bit of free, and like it starts to like become a big issue in your like brain because you're not doing anything, and that's COVID had that. Like it had like a, and it peaked and then it did. So even by the end of it, I was sick of it, but it was also like, what else was I going to do in that moment? Mind, I was waiting to start a job at what's it called? Fucking
Telly Performance?
No, fucking the criminal justice one. Mind, I'd got the job, but I got the job in June.
Turning Point.
Turning Point.
And you were waiting for ages.
It was. It didn't start until like mid-late October, so there was like a 5-month gap, 4-month gap where
like a haze.
I was waiting for a job. Like I had a job, but I had to wait for shit because COVID. It was taking ages. So that was just like almost right off. And even when I did get the job, it was still like a kind of middle ground at that point.
So both of you had just finished uni?
I was still at uni.
I was actually going to ask what you were up to during COVID,
but I was in third year, but I was working in the pharmacy the whole time. So I worked like 6 days a week. Like I actually didn't.
So you had the same thing as me then, with the letter saying if the police stopped you, you showed them the letter. I've still got it in my wallet.
I actually forgot, but the other thing was, so I was at uni, I was in this room, I was working 4 days because it was 4-hour shifts at Home Bargains.
Oh,
it was only 16 hours a week.
I mind hearing about Home B, man.
It was 4 days. They couldn't do 2 8 hours or like. Do you know what I mean? 2 days. They had to do, so it meant every weekend. So if I was wanting to see my pals that were up there at the time and were getting on it, like I was a Sunday morning, 91 or 8 till 2 or whatever it was, and it was just, so I was actually just rough every single weekend because they were all like Monday to Friday uni. A lot of them weren't working, or if they were working, they'd have the weekend off. So it's like, and it was still like you're chasing the dragon, like, oh, I'm at uni again, I need to level up. I've just been doing this with my brother and all my pals, all that kind of stuff. So it was a really weird middle ground. But I mind, I've made jokes, I think I've spoke about it in the podcast before, about folk coming up like, oh, I'm so bored of this no working, and I'm getting, what was it called again?
Furlough.
This furlough would kill you, and I'm like, I'll fucking kill you. Get back to the
I had it so fucking sweet because I had to work for the first couple of months, and then slowly they were putting different folk for that warehouse I was on furlough. When I did get put in furlough, I was kind of annoyed because I wasn't getting quite my full wage. I was getting something like, I don't know, let's say for argument's sake, like £1,700 every month just
For
to
no
sit in the
working.
house.
Like,
But
that's crazy,
and
man.
and it was, well, where did that money go? Because I wasn't leaving the house. All I was leaving the house today was go a walk.
Aye.
That gets spent on fags, booze, games on the fucking Xbox, betting. Well, there wasn't betting, so it couldn't have been on bet. Well,
It kind of
only spins.
it kind of showed you, like, it definitely it was like a social experiment looking back, but it showed you that, like, because you couldn't do anything with folk, because I get discretionary funding and all that, so my rent was paid when I went back up, so I had money, but I just, like, because you couldn't really see folk or go on day hangs and all that, we went up mountains and all that, but it was very rare. Do you know what I mean? It was just...
Mind, we used to go to the mountain when we were hanging. There was something nice about that, because there was no calls on the road. Drive to the mountain, park up, have like a joint or whatever, walk down and sit by the grass at the water, man, and smoke a joint.
Did you and Tebow go once?
Me and Tebow
was
went
that
down.
post-COVID kind of...
I think it was kind of like at near the end date before you had left to go back up. But and there was one day I think Bradley had went to work.
Aye.
Me and Tebow fucking he rolled a joint because he was like, "Aye, I'll roll one, I'll show you." And I was like, "Right, I'll drive down to the mountain." And we went onto the bridge and smoked a joint, and we saw like a heron fishing, and like it was like, I can't even do his accent, but he was asking, "What is that?" Kind of hanging. I was like, "It's a fucking heron, man. Like that's a joke." And he was very cool. Kind of hanging. I'm like, I was like, "Yes, man, fucking too right." So good, man. That's like a wee core memory in there.
Aye, it's cool, man.
So there's the wee nice bits that did happen, the wee kind of human moments, or us going down there and fucking doing similar things. But the bulk it was just
Do you
sad,
remember
man.
that night on that house party hanging? I waited my
man.
dad's. I waited all in my dad's party.
It was house
party,
party.
Man,
Do
it
you
was
know-
wild, man.
Do you know what I was doing during COVID? At the start of COVID, I was before I moved to New Firm, I was sleeping in a blow up mattress in my dad's bed and working 5 days a week. I was coming. I was working.
The gun was in the mood.
I always forget about this because I always think of myself as a bit of a lazy bastard. I was Sunday to Thursday, 1:30 to 10 o'clock at night, back shift, and then I was getting home and sleeping on an air mattress in my dad's living room. Or I was getting home, drinking a beer with him, smoking a fag, smoking a joint, whatever, got in my bed and then waking up.
Back to it.
And one night we were on that house. It was one of the first nights. It was hundreds of years old. And I've got the photo. I'm sure you're both think there's like 12 of
Did
us in the one.
No, the best
shave
bit
my
was-
head?
Oh, aye.
Go on, how
The best bit was there was like 10 folk on it, but there was like 10 different chat rooms, so you could just jump between the chat rooms. So it was actually like being at a gaff.
That's
And then you're going into like different rooms, and then you'd go into the one with Jay, and there's like whitey all over the toilet. And all that.
I can't remember what I drank, man, but it was some of that
we were
Echo
tarring,
Falls defo.
we were tarring, because I remember I was mad with it, like sitting downstairs just utterly out my face on rub or something, man, like mad with it, and I was
So
like
good,
looking
man.
about and no cunt was there, but I could hear like all your, I was like schizo, man, I could hear like all your voices, like
My father
on my
came home
phone.
was fucking raw, man, because the toilet just actually was howling at
Stank.
fucking bile, man.
It's actual
Too
crazy.
good, man.
It's weird. It's weird even talking about it as if it was like 6 years, because it actually feels like it was maybe a year or two ago. Like that's the crazy thing. Like, see, post COVID, like the last 4 years. Maybe just my experience. I've been the same job for 4 years now, and it's just. It feels like the time has just no changed. Like I don't know, 2022 feels like
Getting what I nearly had the gun in my mouth. My fucking bastard and cat did.
oh, that's horrible.
What age was it, man? 2003 to like 2019 or 2020. It was like 17-year-old. I got it when I was 6-year-old. It did when I was 23. And I had to go to work that fucking day. To get put down.
that's stinking,
And I was
man.
like, Kurt Cobain could be me, by the way.
What was your cat's name?
Monty.
Monty.
And it was the
aye,
soundest
rest in
cunt in
peace.
Britain, man. Fuck this planet.
Was Monty your dad's house or your mom's house?
It was at my mom's house.
Mom's house.
But it was all the way for, 2003. My wee sister was only born 2003, so I was 6 still in I mean, what's that, like primary 2 or 3 or something?
Are you maybe a
Pretty
cat
cool,
guy then? You're a cat guy, not a
I
dog
love
guy.
a cat, man. Well,
Kind
I
of
mean,
makes
that's-
sense. Kind of makes sense.
I'm like kind of whatever about
it's not a
both.
good or bad thing. Do you know
No,
what I mean?
I'd love a dog. You can at least you can walk a dog. I mean, folk walk cats, but they're weirdos. I like
Cats
cats
are-
for the fact that you don't see them for 2 days and they don't give a fuck about you except for food. you still obviously care about them and that. I think a dog dying would be well harder. That's why I think that's actually put me off kind of wanting a dog, because, and I know that's the worst way to think about it, because it's cool not getting a dog because it's going to die.
No, but I don't think that's crazy.
Nah,
I don't think it's crazy to say that.
But see, like, if you had a dog for 20 years and it died or like 18 or 18 or whatever.
Aye.
But anyway, fuck COVID. Don't know. It was alright.
I've kind of been put off dogs after I got a beagle at late COVID, fucking just as the world had started, whilst fucking my ex was pregnant, and it was the worst experience.
Job,
Daisy the beagle, man.
Farm life, man.
Fucking
I needed Farmville,
4
man.
months and I couldn't sit, man. I was fucking.
I needed that slots game 5 on a farm or whatever,
And
man.
then you go to my Moz and Tilly's there, and I'm like, fucking, I could wring your neck, man. You're alright, but I could wring your neck. But I don't know if that's just 2 instances of dogs that weren't well trained, like overly well trained. So it's,
I needed Big Bass Secrets of Golden Lake, man. And you had it in fuck knows where, man.
no, you're fucking. It was just I feel like cause Shanzai was at me like fucking. Oh, I'm wanting a dog. I'm wanting a chinchilla. I'm wanting a capybara. I'm wanting and I'm like, I'm just like, how about we just deal with the fucking wins up in the house now, man? What one?
The Farmville one.
Oh, it's
oh, you're looking to plough? Want to get my Farmville?
I want to get my Farmville.
Because I'm looking to plough. Does any cut mind the games on Facebook? Cityville. I swear there was a good month when I was about 12 or 13 and I had the actual tap tiering on my Facebook, and I had about 3,000 pound Facebook.
I can't remember some
when I
games
was like
on
13.
Facebook.
But Cityville, man, tap tier. You just get and click your cities and then make them bigger, and then you'd wait 4 days, 48 hours, timer, so your city get bigger, and then you just click it again. Shout out Cityville, man. Facebook died.
I can't even remember any, man.
No,
Cityville.
I didn't bother with them.
remember actually.
There was
Farmville was
the
one.
ones I used
Farmville
to
was
play.
a Facebook
Farmville was
game,
one,
wasn't
aye.
See, do you mind the McDonald's game that we used to play? Bring it
no.
up.
I still don't know how to play it, man.
It's pure nostalgia, but it's like you run like the restaurant, you run the farm, you run the corporate bit, and then there's something else, and you jump between them, and then like you get the cows. Some of them get ill, and you've
They
got
all
to
get out.
exterminate
They all
them.
get out, and you have to blast them,
And
man.
you've got to like get the good crop to feed them, and the crop can't go out a day, and then you've got to like upgrade your workers and all that, and it's just like an endless loop of trying to like get
When
it to
did
run.
Get the wee
Subway
clown
surfers
smoking
come
the
out?
fags, shouting at you,
And they go
man.
meep 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 meep.
When did Subway Surfers come out? Talking about 2016.
Oh, the go.
Aye, when
They're
did that
actually
come
bringing
out?
that Subway Surfer City.
Do you know what I want to know? I want to know whether you were actual tap ranked or it was just because there's some games like that just tell you you're near the tap and you're not.
Why would I lie about it?
No, I don't mean
Like,
no,
actually-
but no, I mean, but there's some games that will say like you're tap, but you're not actually like it's not an actual real life leaderboard that's like made up. Do you know
it was
what I
my
mean?
Facebook friends, and then it had some. I'm not saying that I was tap in my tap of like the world or whatever. Even though if I went on to Subways, I don't know how it works, right? Because it might just pick something random. But there was a point where it was your Facebook pals.
Aye, and there was like
and
3,000.
me and a boy called Keith Anderson, Keefer, were going at it. And he was like tapped and I was tapped, and it was like we were so far ahead of day. And it was like when Flappy Bird came out and folk couldn't get past 10, and I was on like 400, and I was like, yes, Flappy Bird, because I was very
Flappy Bird,
competitive.
When did Subway Surfers come out?
It was
Must have been around about the same time as 2013.
I would say about 2013 because it came out after Temple Run, didn't it?
Temple Run.
Temple
and all
Run.
that.
Oh, man,
Like
that's
first or
crazy work.
second year for Temple
That's
Run.
crazy work you've just put down.
Aye, that was about
You spit
2010.
straight flame, man.
No, because
I
do
miss
you
that.
know what that is? That's like, see, when that was before the App Store and all that had really modernised into this like pure advert-driven, money-hungry, in-game purchase shit that
I've
is
got a
now.
goal for you, but the actual goal of iPhone games, paper toss.
Paper
Oh,
toss
paper
as
toss,
well.
man.
I was going to
you
say
were gonna say
the
the
beer,
beer drinking
where you tip it and then it's
I
not
thought you were going to say the goal one where you like pass
Aye,
it and then you
score,
take, like
score.
score.
Aye. That's good, man.
But see all them, they were all made. You could, some of them were free. Some of them had like one app purchase, which was £1.69 or something. It was the iPod Touch era when they had like the indie tracks
Monkey
on
Ball
that,
and all that.
Monkey Ball,
Aye.
and it was all a bit like a bit of fun. See, honestly, like the Waynes obviously play like games on it, and fucking you get the ads for them all the time,
Aye, it's not
all
great.
the fucking
Oh,
time.
aye.
And then within them, they've all got currency built in, so that you spend hundreds of money, and it is pure predatory as fuck. there was a golden age of the App Store, man, and it was then. It was when they games were a bit. See, if you paid £3 for Monkey Ball, you just had Monkey Ball, and that was it, and you just played it. Like Paper Toss, 79 pence or something, or free for like one that had ads, and that was
Paper
it.
Toss was serious.
Because you were like fucking, and it was so basic but so good, and it's just no.
I don't want to know what the tap games are there, man.
Like, see the phone makers now, they're like, "Aye, let me get a fucking actual computer PC, gaming PC chip in my fucking phone with 40 gig of RAM so that I can play games in my phone. Genshin Impact, 100 gig download."
That's what I've got to say. Kids are playing Minecraft and Fortnite and PUBG on their phone.
COD and all that.
Aye, and you're just like, did MD actually want that? But like, did MD want that? Because if you want to game, you get a console or you can play it on a computer or whatever. There was never any need for phones to get that powerful to play games.
When was Clash of the Clans?
I reckon about 2015. Shorty's got an offer. He's been doing it for years. I used to come in for school. I'm telling you, come in for school, and he's like, I need to go and look at my class. I'm sure 10 year.
Clash of the Clans was 2012.
2012.
That's
so Shorty would have been in like third year. I think I had it for about a month, and then I was just like, I can't do it.
I was in like a clan, you know. I was doing clan battles and shit.
Aye. There was a ship one at one point as well.
Like the purple elixir stuff you had to get. And that.
Me and Clancy played a game, and I can't really remember what it was, but we were in a guild with all these folk for like America and that, right? I'll need to message him asking what it was, but there was like hundreds of beef between some of the guild members and that, and it just ended up eventually crumbling. But me and Clancy, you would need to be on for hours each day to make sure you didn't lose rank. Like Clancy was real serious on this.
You know what Clancy's like, man.
And like some of the folk I was in it with, like, it would spend hours. You would need to spend hours a day, and then there would be like a day of the week, like Saturday, where it'd be like, right, this is Guild Wars, so everything needs to be online and all that.
As wild.
Do you remember actually? Because you know it might be 2016. The Pokemon game that we played, and me and you played it.
Pokemon Go.
No, Pokemon Go is run about that time.
I think that came out 2016.
Was it cards?
It was like there was like figurines and cards, and then like we would like play against each other. Like it was this. You could go and play online, and you would drop like, I don't know if it was like 5 of your Pokemon in, and then you kind of battled with folk. I don't know if it maybe disappeared, man. But it was just like it wasn't made by Nintendo. I think
Pokemon Duel.
Aye, that's
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
It was like we figurines, and me and Jay used to we would sit and get wrecked and play it at my dad's table, and we would just like we would just play against each other, and we would just be playing this. It might have been 16 or 17. But it was just, it's one of the ones again where that was just a moment in time. We didn't play it for any length.
iOS worldwide, 24th of January 2017.
2017. So I knew it was in that realm, like that kind of same thing. But I don't know, nobody else played it. It was just we played it.
Smoked tons of roll-ups and all while doing it.
Because we just, and we kept doing it till we were actually getting sore arms and all that. Mind we were like, no, had too many.
We were ungodly roll-ups, man.
Because we just kept smoking them.
I've not done a roll-up in ages. I
know they are, but we even
so
knew
good,
that at
man.
the time. Mind we would set a crow's feet and like it was a 3 foot long table, and we would have the ashtray between us.
It's weird than that. It's weird than that.
And we had Pokemon Duel here, and we were like, Neroli. We'd smoke it, basically blow it in each other's face, and then we would put it out, and then we'd end our game and be like, do you want me to get an air rollie for us for the next game? And we would just chain smoke rollies playing this Pokemon game.
See the next I've seen other folk as well as myself in my dad's kitchen, sitting at that very table in his wee kitchen. Honestly, man, the Nick.
It's nuts, man. Because that was our favourite.
It
wasn't our favourite thing, but we would do that as well as obviously nights we would drink Frosty and whatever else.
Man, see if that's still gone when you got luck.
To see.
I can't think of any other games. I think Clash of the Clans, whatever that one is, I played with Clancy, and then that Pokemon Duel were kind of peak. Temple Run was peak and all.
Was that Doodle Jump as well? Do you remember that one?
Doodle Jump.
That was
What's a throwback, man?
You've seen it in the heat.
What you got for us?
FYP pool, man.
Do you remember that one where it was all the weapons and that? It was like the guns, and you used to like. It was like the ninja stars and all that. You could like throw them. Do you remember that?
I think I can what you're talking about.
Wrath Walls.
No, it wasn't
No,
a game.
it
It
was
was just
good, though.
guns. It was kind of like the pint thing where you'd like tip it in the pint.
Aye.
And go
Oh,
down.
and
just
you
shoot
could
the gun.
like
It's
shoot them
just
kind of
it
thing.
was just a gun.
Aye,
and
and
you
you
used to
could
just sit
aye.
in, but it was hundreds of different weapons. and
Here's
all
an
that.
air one, but cut the rope, and you would cut the rope, and the wee green guy.
You see if you download Cut the Rope now, because I went back and went to the advert every time you cut one rope. You'd lose a
I
life.
don't even want to
Advert.
see a Pokemon duel if it's
Stinking,
still hang,
man.
man.
There was Fruit
Oh,
Ninja.
what, it's new this
Fruit
Pokemon.
Ninja as well.
Aye, the slicing, man.
That was quite
aye.
good.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, that's crazy.
Pokemon Go, what year
Pokemon
was
Go.
that?
That was
I think it was
2016.
2019.
No, that was
No,
2016.
that was like
aye.
16, aye, because it was that Niantic made it, and then mine they get fucking into a lot of bother because cunts were like no looking where they were going fawning canals and all that kind of shit. It was like, it was nuts. I mean,
Oh, there's a Charizard in that river, man.
2016 was Pokemon Go.
I mean, meeting up with Clancy and walking through the town trying to catch Pokemon and actually, like, we actually, I don't know if we only done it once or
The
twice, but we
K
did.
Park had
Aye.
something at it where folk did it have a gym at it? The K
Aye, I
Park.
think so. Aye, and then it had once it had evolved into like there was it wasn't gyms. It was like the big huge Pokemon. Like I can't mind what they were called in it. But then folk would go and you would have to get multiple folk turning up and fighting the thing at the one time.
Folk
And
still
all
play it, I think.
that. Aye, no, there's still like a pure
There'll be a
culture
mad
running
community. There'll
about
probably
Pokemon
be
Go.
a Pokemon Go con and all that. Do you know what I mean?
Was there no like a thing where the government were actually just keeping track of folk and they use Pokemon Go to like keep tabs on people?
Aye, it was because that was like the first app that had been mass downloaded that had like accurate GPS kind of things outside like Apple Maps and Google Maps.
I do think, like, kind of you were saying about the world changed after COVID, there was seeds of stuff, I think.
Aye, because that's kind of in that realm where it's like that like see now, like see your iPhone, obviously it would have been run about that time that you get the sharing your location and all that, and then it came on Snapchat and then all that stuff. Like we started getting up a wee bit of privacy in that kind of realm.
Exactly what it is.
Zoom
and
as
folk
well.
have said this theory online for
aye.
ages. David Bowie died in 2016. And the folks say, see, after he died, it has just went.
Aye, it's just
Obviously.
there was seeds. They also 2017. I made a video about this the other day. They took the headphone jack out the iPhone in 2017.
So it was David
And-
Bowie that fucked
aye.
it. After 2016 and David Bowie
See
died,
when they
it
allowed
has
it?
just went.
It'd have been like that.
It has just
Apple.
went.
Aye,
I think that's when like companies started having more power and more control, and
It's the
that's
shame.
when
The shame is this.
That's when
see
data
capitalistic
became
shame.
huge as well. Data got
Aye.
real big because data wasn't a big thing. GDPR and all that wasn't really I spoke about in work until 2016, 2017. Like it started data and they were taking it on. We didn't know they were doing it before, and then we all know
Oh,
now.
aye, the Zuckerberg case and all that,
Aye,
man.
like it all started kicking off then because that's when like we realised that we're playing their game that they
Aye.
made for us. Obviously we kind of knew that, but then because we're all hooked to devices, we're all addicted to it, and they've got everything, all the targeted ads, all the fucking shite, man.
That was when they started introducing like cookies and websites and all that,
Aye,
because the
that's-
cookies were always there, but then they had to start asking for permission.
Aye, 'cause
So
it's-
every time you go into the same website, it's
Aye.
wild, man.
Cookies 100%, but that the seeds were right there.
Aye.
2016, 17, 18
And then
leading into hanging, and then like obviously when it came to like in in COVID when they made that app and it was the government and was like, oh you're not like whatever son-in-law or nephew, you just fucking make it. And then he made an app that didn't fucking work.
Crazy.
And they gave him 40 million or something for it, and it couldn't.
what's his name? Matt Hancock.
That was him in the
Silver
hanging.
Man.
Aye, who was it? I can't mind who they gave the contract to, but it was crazy.
Aye.
I mean, it might not even have been 40 million. It might have been in the billions.
It was something like 1.2 billion.
And-
It was
and-
his pub landlord.
Aye, track and trace and actual.
It was his local pub
It
landlord.
That is
and it
dodgems,
didn't-
man.
It actually
Straight up.
didn't work, but the app did not work. It was so that we could track like who had been where, but then that was already that thing about the Pokemon Go thing, and then the
Aye.
iPhone sharing location and Snapchat. We were getting like kind of made ready to accept something like that, like, and then they got the government IDs that are coming in and all that kind of shit.
Matt Hancock. Right, yeah.
And then we had all like the riots and stuff after like the Black Lives Matter movement, and then
Like
that's
George
when they
Floyd
started
and that,
using like proper police brutality tactics on like
And
using
then
it as
that's
like an
led
excuse.
to new fucking all
Like the
the shit
facial
and all that.
recognition,
Aye.
like cameras and all that in London.
2016 factors.
Let's get back, man. This is
what
what
we're
missing it, man.
I can maybe see that now. See now that we're saying you could be nostalgic for then because it was before it went quite as shit.
It was.
And that's
when Trump came in, and that's when Brexit got voted as well.
right. No, but I think we're getting into that there.
Yeah, do you know what my worst take ever is? And I'm happy to share it now because it's funny, right? This was my worst take of all time, and I did get called out on Facebook for two folk who went to school with about it. So, and rightfully so in the end, right?
I don't know, but
Aye.
maybe.
I put up on Facebook. Why am I posting this Facebook? I was 19, what, 2016.
That's
Who
not too
cares?
bad,
Right?
Aye.
Mate, there's no shame anymore, do we, man?
I said I put up a big post saying like I ken folk are kicking off about Trump, but I think this will be the political kick up the arse that the world needs. Couldn't have been more
Aye, no, 'cause
How
it-
crazy is it? Folk were going, no, this is a fucking disaster, and I was like, no, but this will be good because then we'll go, oh, we don't want that again.
It's
No.
it's kind of like sound thinking before we know what was to come, because there is an element where you go like we would no put up with that again, but then it actually just fucking if they took that and ran with it, and then
I can't
that's
fin it. I don't think I deleted it. I just can't fin it, but I greet it every time I think about it.
It's kind of the same when everyone was like, get David Cameron out office like straight away when the Brexit thing happened, and we're like, no, that's just going to open up a can of worms.
and it's
Then
just
you
going
get,
to
they get to choose who the fuck they're putting
Then
in.
you get Theresa May.
It's BJ.
Then you get Boris fucking Johnson.
Aye, Monkey Johnson, man.
Aye.
Honestly, man, he's
Then
crazy.
Rishi.
that cunt, and then but then there was Liz Truss and all that in between.
Is
So
it
it's fucking
lettuce?
mental.
Was it lettuce that outlived her?
Was,
That guy was doing can my bit of cabbage or lettuce outlive Liz Truss, and it did.
She was in for like 19 days or something, man.
that's nuts.
She's fucked.
And everybody was celebrating online. Yes, the bit of fucking lettuce won.
I think, see when I was
Was
talking
that cabbage or was it lettuce?
talk about the shame, and like I'm thinking about, like, we've obviously spoke about not as
Shame.
punk anymore and the culture's
Shame.
died, but I think like even capitalistic shame has
Shame.
died, because what are we going to do?
No, it's-
like the companies know that they've got our data, they're taking their money,
Aye.
and they actually don't give a fuck.
It's
It used to
also-
be at least like under like a fucking
Aye.
under a rock somewhere. Now it's just out in the open.
Racists used to keep their racism to themselves.
Aye,
That
fat
was
Facebook.
that.
I can't wait to be go outside after this pod and I can just see two cunts in the way sunglasses on, pull up in a black cord behind me.
They know.
We got him.
We got him.
We got him. But no, shame was a thing. But then you've also got now that folk are far too comfortable just getting behind any old shit if it comes for whatever thing they want to believe in.
do you
of
think
any.
Do you think it was 2016 or COVID or both or TikTok or?
I think it was
It's a
gone.
mixture of
It was
both.
gone
Aye.
in
I would love
2016.
for somebody to done. I think there
Aye,
must be
somebody
an
did a
essay.
deep dive
There
with
must
the
be
whole
like a
thing.
PhD on 2016 or something.
There will be.
But that is the thing. But like Trump sets the precedent, like becomes the president, and then
David
this
Bowie
reality
D's.
star
David
who's
Bowie D's.
David Bowie dies. But this guy who is in probably the most powerful position in the entire world, who is a reality star, who
Aye.
is
He's
like he is a fake billionaire,
a
like
business owner. He's no.
He's like 3 times bankrupt over, man. The
Aye,
guy,
it's just-
he's also morally bankrupt as well at the same
Aye.
time.
Aye.
This guy's coming
never
out
struggled for
saying the
anything.
most outrageously inflammatory stuff possible, and he's also he's got a track record. It's now known he's a paedophile.
Aye.
And also at the time, he was just like a mad, insane misogynist. Like, see
Aye.
the grab him by the pussy, nothing happened with that.
Aye, nothing ever.
He's been fucking what's it called again? Happened to Nixon.
Impeached.
He's been impeached
I was going to
twice.
say
Aye.
subpoenaed, but I
And
don't
he's,
even.
he's still in the fucking
Aye.
the hot seat.
Andy's advisors are now saying, I know it's fine if he runs for a third term, aye. And then they're like, oh, what about the Constitution? They're like, aye, but we can fin our way round about it on live telly. And they're literally saying they're going to go against everything that America stands for, and half the country will still back that shit.
They don't care.
wild, man.
That's crazy.
It's wild.
But the question I think I was trying to ask was, do you think it's that's the issue, or like is Trump the issue, or was Trump getting in the state of the world the issue? If you get what I mean.
Aye, no, it's
I think it's a mixture
it
all
must be
together.
a mixture. It must be because
Weird, innit?
see if the world was set up slightly differently, maybe COVID didn't happen. Maybe world powers would have just actually told Trump to fuck off, and they would have started cutting ties with him earlier, and he wouldn't have had that same power, and maybe a pair of his fucking supporters would have been like, no, it's actually like, say if their visas get cut off, none of them could go to Europe kind of thing, they could never come here, and then folk are like, but like I like going there, or this, I've got family there, and then it started getting really tense early. But it wasn't that. It was almost everybody was just like, he's an idiot, it's fine, nothing will happen.
It's
And
a
then it
complete
just
So
goes.
the folk behind him will be able to make a change, but
we've all been super
they're all
complacent.
idiots too.
Everybody has.
So 2016 was Brexit then.
Aye, 'cause I
Aye,
think
and that's
that as well.
and like that,
'Cause
that
we've
was for our own fucking shite here. That then that obviously fucking
Brexit
started
changed a lot.
all the
Aye.
shite. That's where all like the fucking the racist stuff that's happening, the immigration stuff, everything all
Aye,
comes. It
'cause do you know
stems
what
from
that
them.
segregation.
That was
Aye.
as well. That point, that 2016, I mean, folk knew for like the government and politics and that's always been a load of shit. But I think 2016 was the one where you realised when they said, "Oh no, we will with the buses, we'll fund the NHS or whatever." Like they promised like 170 million for the NHS, and then Brexit happened, and they're like,
That was before Brexit. That was before Brexit. No, like, so you actually just can say what you want and get away with it.
And
But
that-
politics isn't what politics used
But
to be.
that was
It
where
used to, like,
I think
mean
the will
something.
get pulled off
Aye.
size at that
Aye,
point.
that's what
So
I'm still-
there's,
fuck, man.
there's now an angry majority that are super against it, which is good, obviously. But at least for some folk, there'll be a middle ground that feels it's too late, and then there's the air cunts that are like, well, fuck the immigrants anyway. So fucking, I'll do whatever it takes to get rid of them. And it's like you don't have a job, you don't even pay tax. Like
I'm more
fucking shut up.
convinced than ever that I'm no nostalgic for 2016. I actually think I'm now starting to think 2016 was the year it just ended.
Trauma.
Man.
It's just pure trauma.
Like I'm now thinking 2016 it was over, boys.
It was over.
Wake up,
I joked.
cocksuckers! It's all over.
I joke.
But you're probably right though. That's probably
The
the
big-
nostalgia's coming
aye.
through because
Aye.
it wasn't. It was that there was that summer where everything
Aye.
happened, but right before it, nothing was really happening.
Aye.
2016 was the end of beginning.
What age were
Aye,
you?
Joe.
2016.
19.
What age were you? 17? Turning 18?
Aye, I turned 18.
So maybe
2016.
we're actually just adults now, and that was the last years of our adolescence, and we're just trying to find a
I
way to cope
suppose
with it.
that's aye.
No,
that's-
I think
but at that
2016.
day-
2016 was
No.
the year the world ended, mate.
Aye.
And with no.
Maybe that's why folk look back at it so fondly, because that was the time before, and now this is the time.
We just need to wait for the actual
After.
war, and it'll be shite for 20 years, and then we'll get a nice 50s. That's what we'll get. It'll be alright.
Aye,
What
we'll
if
be-
it's the
we'll
war
be the-
back and it goes 25th of December 1998 on the
We-
telly, and I'm getting rocked up, man. I'm going to
Yeah.
shoot folk that I don't know for a country I don't believe in. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, no, you're right.
We might turn into the baby boomers in like 15,
No, but
20
I
years.
think there's a very high chance that is what it's going to be. Like we're going to be, as long as we all fucking make it out and fucking whatever else. If it divulges into like a kind of war type thing, we'll be the generation that like are either our wains or having wains, or our wains are like the ones that will have to set the new standard.
Aye.
Pretty much.
So
after
when
all
would that
this
mean
shit.
we were born in like the 19? Like what? Like if you were to link us, compare us to the
The
a
baby
generation.
boomers.
Folk born in
40s?
19, maybe 30s.
30s,
40s.
like post the Second World
Aye, I
War.
thought it was post. Is it baby boomers? No, post Second World War. So
Aye.
It's about
40s.
mid 50s, isn't it?
Right.
The baby
Is it?
boomers. Aye, so right now we're probably sitting. We're probably sitting in like 1936 at the moment.
Aye, if
'Cause,
it's
well,
like kind of an
because the way
equivalent.
the Gestapo's
so
going
20
in
years.
USA.
So
Aye.
me and you'll be pretty much 50. You will be 50. I'll be 49. Staring down the back.
Aye, so we.
No, wait. Actually, I'll be 48.
Oh, it's not bad then.
I think what,
It's alright.
I think we're due the night of the long knives quite soon.
Aye, like that kind of our
Munich-
modern equivalent.
The Munich putsch already happened. That happened about 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
We've still got Hitler to fucking kill himself and that. It's alright. We're fucking.
So I reckon, so we're 36, so by the time we're about 40, this should be over with.
Aye,
And then
Yes.
that's when the baby...
that's when
we'll
it,
be the lost generation, that's what
Aye,
we'll be.
the ones
We
that
are the
are
shite
fucked.
ones. We
Aye.
are the ones that
Aye.
suffered with the money, don't have wins because can't
Because-
afford
Aye.
it.
You saw the Afghan
Our
war.
wins might prosper. That's like our kind of like next generation might prosper, but we're fucked. Aye,
I'll pray.
aye, so
I'll pray.
aye.
Anyway.
Which is great, but I mean, like, who knows, man? I mean, God,
I mean, all you can do when
How
stuff's this
how
bad.
long we been recording? For?
We went over the time. Huh?
All you can do when stuff is this bad is just think about what you choke for. Do you know what I mean? Like, how bad can it be?
Will we wrap for
Will we wrap it before we wrap our lives up?
Aye.
Let's make the next bit a wee bit more joyful.
Aye, we'll bring a bit more joy. That divulge a wee bit, just a wee bit.
Aye, that was the battle of the bulge a wee bit, man. Remember?
But it's not the police that are to be feared, it's your neighbours and it's your postman that you,
That's
that
right.
you fear.
That's what I'm telling you.
That's what they say.
Okay, ready to rock?
Okay, Reggie.
And we are back for Chokes of the Week. We've just had a big deep breath and we were getting quite heated. So we were just in the interval period there. It's only been 10 seconds for you. It was 20 minutes.
A lifetime for us.
Aye, it was.
A gun in the mouth and out, and then again, and out, and then in again, but out again.
Aye, so we're
For
back
us.
for the chokes. So Chokes of the Week. Who wants to go first for that this week? Because I'm struggling for one. So if somebody wants to.
I've got one if you don't have one.
I mean, I've got one, but you can. I think I went first. I can't
You went
remember.
first last time because you went last the first time.
Aye.
Aye, right.
Right.
So you can go. Yeah, you go
mate.
first.
You go.
Yeah.
Have you got one as well?
I've got one.
Right,
aye.
alright, cool. Right, well, mine is so yous maybe don't really connect to this one as much as what I probably do, but I know there's some people who are listening who will connect with it. Do you guys know Jeff Mills?
Aye,
Aye, the Bells, Jeff Mills.
I've seen him.
Aye. So my choke of the week is Jeff Mills, the DJ. So Jeff Mills, for the uneducated in the room and listening, is a Detroit DJ who is one of the forefathers of techno. Like he is he is probably the greatest DJ mixer of all time.
Damn.
Sheesh.
The reason I'm bringing him up is because it is the 30-year anniversary of the greatest DJ set that ever occurred, which was at the Liquid Rooms in Tokyo. And it got recorded in 1995, but then he released it in 1996. So
Right.
he's doing like a mad tour where he's like playing this insane set, but it's different because he's a wild man. Like he's honestly he's insane. It is the greatest DJ set of all time, and that's not just my opinion. It is like
That's a collective.
everyone's like that's fucking amazing. It's worth like just checking out because it's so full of like this like powerful passion. Like people think about like DJing as like just guys who are up like behind
pressing
decks,
buttons and that.
pretty much pressing buttons,
There used
turning
to
the
be a
knobs,
presence,
pretending that like the knobs are like super hot.
Aye.
Like you'd go to like a club and you know they're playing to the crowd and they're playing you like tunes that you probably kind of know. I love to go to clubs. 2016 was when I first started going to clubs, so that's a big moment for me.
Aye.
I started going to clubs in 2016. The first DJ I ever saw was Lil Louis in Sub Club, like proper DJ night, and it was just all these like sounds that I've never heard before, and I was so full of like life, and I can't express how much I loved that whole scene.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Mills is on like a different level. He's called the Wizard because
The Wizard.
he would like mix on strictly just vinyl, so he never used the like CDJs. I don't know if you've ever tried to mix vinyl. It's unbelievably hard, and he has like 3 vinyls all going at the one
All
time,
running.
and he's like jumping in between. See, if you like watch videos of him, it looks like his hands are moving and it's like been sped up. It looks like it's like that kind of brain rot, like sped up.
Aye.
But it's actually him just like moving the fader, changing up like the EQs and all that. He's making the songs live as he's doing it as well, mixing his own songs that he's like making right there on the spot with all these like crazy like records. There's videos of him, he'll be like mixing, and then one song finishes, he pure flips the disc up, the vinyl up, then he has to go into his like crate and try and find his next tune, and it's just all these like white bags just filled with records, and he's just like, honestly, he's like
Flicking through.
he's like a wee like terrier, like going through his like crate trying to find these vinyls, and he finds one. It's like, fuck, how do you even read that? There's no lights. It's fuck, man. The guy is honestly insane. The mix at Boiler Room, not Boiler Room, the Liquid Rooms in Tokyo, it's like such an imperfect set. Like you can tell that he is fucking up at so many points, but he always like manages to bring it back in. It's like really chaotic,
Aye.
but it's this like proper just driving techno beat the entire time. see if you were like there feeling that, you would have lost your mind, because you're just watching this like genuine wizard like mix these vinyls together and like would fuck up, but then he just brings it straight back in. And that's like kind of what DJing should be about, man. It should be about making those little mistakes. And then you feel it, because it's then you're like, oh, it's a human that's behind the decks, man. You know, it's got that kind of feeling. Jeff Mills is like beyond like just your standard DJ. He founded a label called Underground Resistance back in the late 80s, early 90s, I think 91 maybe. And they started this like electronic revolution through techno. Like they created this fully brand new sound. At the time it was quite an industrial sound. By today's standards, not that industrial, but it's quite a metallic kind of techno sound, and it kind of defined that full generation of techno. This might mean nothing to anyone that doesn't listen to techno.
I was going to ask you if Hingy was after that DJ Bone.
Aye, after.
Is he after?
They were part of like the same kind of wave.
Aye.
But he was the guy. It was him and a guy called something Banks.
Aye.
Something Banks. Can't remember. But they were really cool, because they were the first guys to bring out like insane merch and all these different compilation albums, and they had like a real like almost like kind of militant political stance as well. Like they were all about like the racial activism. They were very like anti-homophobic activism and all that kind of stuff. Like really quite progressive views, and they took a proper stance, and they used like their music to really push that point forward. Just a great like character as well. He's so weird. Like he is like a wee kind of like mouse. Like he doesn't look at the crowd. Like he says in interviews all the time, he's like, I'm not playing for the crowd, I'm just playing. He almost like treats his DJ sets as like exhibition, like art exhibitions.
Aye.
It's all about like making sure that the people in that warehouse like can feel the
what
music.
he's putting across as well.
I saw Jeff Mills on West Street in Glasgow in a big mad warehouse, and it was one of the best DJ sets I've ever heard. It was just wild, man. The guy is just unbelievable. Just so good. But yeah, Jeff Mills 30-year anniversary of the Lucky.
Because I was going to say,
Tokyo.
can I sent you that boy that weekend, because he was fake as truth, that Reece Taylor, and that DJ Bone signed him to that hanging that. I'm sure Jeff Mills played one of his, I'm sure he played one of his tunes. Maybe he didn't, I don't know. Also, see that thing you're talking about, they screened that at SWG3. I never went. I've never seen it, but they screened it at SWG3.
That's wild, man.
And also, I ken your buddy with him, but I'm sure when I seen Jeff Mills, it was way Hingy.
JB.
Gary Beck.
Aye. Shout out Gary Beck.
Follows
what's
the podcast,
that?
doesn't he?
Aye.
What's that thing called? Because this
Platform.
Platform 18. Aye.
That was that night. Were we at the same night?
Aye.
What, we were at the same night, never spoke to each other?
Aye, we were at the same night, never spoke to each other. The
That's
same
weird.
way, you know, at that night, I went to like a kind of New Year's thing at Sub Club. Can't remember. I'm sure you were there and we never spoke.
That's
it was
really
like
weird.
it was only the 2nd of January at Sub Club.
I was there with my mate Blair, who's only got one eye, and it was one of the best nights of my entire life. It was incredible.
I was going to say, I know the reason I think they're quite progressive, and that's probably like because they're like so that Chicago stuff. So it's like,
Well, they're
kinda,
the Detroit lads, so they had like the Motor City kind of thing behind them.
So I like the cities that are like I don't know what the word would be for
They've
them,
got their own like sound and stuff. Chicago, so Lil Lou that I was speaking about earlier, he was one of the forefathers of the Chicago scene, which was a bit more funky, it was a bit more housey, whereas the Detroit scene was like, I want like a fucking 4 to the floor kick drum. Shout out Gary Beck. Guy said that he said a story that apparently when he shows up to gigs he doesn't speak to anybody, talking about Jeff Mills, and you're not supposed to go and say hello to him. Like he like sits and meditates or something like that.
Kind of him.
Proper eyes, like nobody speak to me. And Gary's sister apparently showed up and she's a bit mental, ran all the way up to Jeff Mills. I was, oh Jeff, how's it going? Give him a big mad hug, and the guy was like, fucking get away from me. Like actually biffing out, like taking autism rage or something, man. But
wow.
Jeff Mills, proper artist. You should watch videos of him like mixing the 3 vinyls
Aye, to see
and him like digging these crates and all that. Honestly, you should just see how fast his fingers move on the decks. It's unbelievable.
Do you know what that kind of like all that electronic music is for me? It's one of the things where it's just I choke too many, as in like I've got so much shit I choke for that unfortunately.
I maybe not get the
But
same
obviously,
full
I was talking
additional.
about
so
earlier,
expansive,
going and
innit, the
seeing,
scene, man, it's-
obviously seeing like Carol Cox and John Digweed in the same night, so it was a wee bit of royalty for electronic music. But like it's one of the things that's just like same way, I don't know, I can't think of anything else off the top of my head, but somebody will be like, do you like this music artist or this film and all that? And I'm like, aye, but like there's so much fucking
there's
shit out there.
so much art. Do you know what I mean?
I'm more like a jack of all trades, master of none.
Aye, like
There's
a
no
bad
really
one.
anything I like. And I wish I paid for obviously Endless Shikari, which was my kind
sure,
that was my kind of thing, but I paid for it. But anyway,
I was
Sorry.
going to say something to you. John from my work that pure loves tunes, right? He's pure obsessed with Beastie Boys, right? It's like his favourite band of all time.
Shout out Beastie Boys.
But he sent me a video of is it DJ Deckmaster? What's the guy's name?
fuck knows.
He's one of the Beastie Boy guys. Like I think there's two Beastie Boys, and then there's a guy that does the day.
There's Adrock, Mike D,
Mike D,
and
aye.
Adam York. I don't know how you.
Are you thinking of Mike D now?
Might be Mike D,
I
aye.
don't know.
But he sent me like this set of him doing it, and it sounds very similar to what you're describing with the disc and that, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on? And it was for like, and he's like, no, that I swear this is and I get it, but I don't get it because I've never tried it like that. But I just knew that I could never do something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Aye. Well, obviously I've DJ'd a few like parties with we've like been to and stuff. I used to like DJ like a bar up the West End, and it was class. It was amazing, but it's like different level with these kind of guys, man.
Tell them about that night in your house.
What?
Boozing.
What one?
You were on the decks.
Is this when I left early with Lauren and you were all up
And
till
I jumped. No.
mad times?
Fuck yeah.
Was it mad
I
times?
wish some could
Me,
go this
I know.
on
So,
video.
so we set the decks up. Was it after a Carlo gig, or was it just a house
it was
warming or
after,
something?
It was after the Darvel Cardo gig, I think.
Aye. And then me and Jay, I was like, Jay, let's jump in the decks. And then Jay, who's not mixed before, or
No.
if he's mixed before,
No,
not really done
nothing.
it properly. I was showing you a tune, and I was like, right, watch this. And then I
Aye.
did like a wee like took the tune down, and as soon as I brought it back up, it was like the best. I was like, I was like, fuck, man. It was Sizzling by Daphne.
Aye.
That's the tune.
But I
was
thought, did we know Baith Day something?
We did something at the same time. Like you filtered out, and I brought the sound down, and then we brought back up at the same time.
We couldn't
It
have
was
even
peak.
timed it more perfect, and we were both steaming. I screamed. I went,
It was so
no.
good. Aye,
And
it
I
was
think
so
that's that
good.
thing you're talking about, like where
See, like, cause when I started going to the clubs, I was like super young, and you're so like fresh to it. Like your brain's still developing, so like my brain then developed and being like, this is living, man. Like, this is actually being alive.
what about Dimitri Vegas?
Yeah.
Solardo.
Don't joke about Mammoth, man. I still listen to that in the car and it actually gets me.
I went and seen them at Amnesia and IB Fun. I mean,
Are they like the
anytime you're
Coldplay of
19,
DJs?
Aye,
Are they like the pop of
aye,
DJs?
that's like not, they're not. Do you know what
Like
they're?
Martin
They're
Garrix and
Imagine
that.
Dragons,
Right.
where it's like the
okay.
meme. But I mean,
Well, I used to listen to all that type of shit when I was like 17. and to be fair, I'd still listen to it. So,
I
but-
know it's.
You're cracking a fucking like a full Loki, man. You're like
Well,
fucking
gets you.
You need to find yourself on the sub club dance floor by the sound wall and feeling it vibrate through
Aye.
your, through your
I've never been to sub
bones,
club,
man.
Actually, I mind I went once and it like I don't know what we were taking. I can't even remember who the fuck it was with.
Remember Cab Vol?
Aye, Cadball and all. A couple of aye when it was the cat. But I've been in sub club once and I just remember I don't know if we were taking the usual stuff you would take it, and I don't really remember much other than just vibrating the full fucking time and being like I don't know what the fuck's happening.
What about Stompies?
Stompies?
Aye, the thing in Kelly. Then he's got
Oh, I don't know
Stompies.
if I did.
I think I might have went
I'm
once, but I
telling you,
can't.
Stompies was the fucking actual goat, man. The
Can't even
flare
remember.
was covered in this purple sticky shit, so if
Where
you were
was
wearing
that?
white shoes, it was where like the dragon and that is now, but I can't even remember what it was called when it opened.
I maybe did go there once.
And all that.
It was called like, it wasn't called Energy or something.
Is
It
it
had
like
a
where
name.
that wee bridge comes there and then it's like the
Aye.
street down and it was like
Aye,
up in
aye,
there?
up.
Aye. I
don't
did
care.
go there once.
I'm telling you Stompies was the fucking
It's
best,
the
man.
flare
It was
I remember being so sticky. It was like mock it almost like.
But I'm no joking. You see some of the nights in there, like cunts used to get in and they were like fucking 16, 17 and drinking it with the tunes, but were far too hard for me, man. Like probably like a hard style
busted
stuff.
eardrums,
You're like, wow. And there was definitely in the toilets, man, woofed what was going on, man.
It was white.
Anyway, Stompies was goated, man.
Stampy.
It's nuts, man.
So shout out Jeff Mills, shout out Techno, shout out having a good time, shout out living life.
Fucking right.
Who's batting next? Jay-Z.
You want to go
Yeah,
next?
when you go.
Jay-Z.
Me? Right, I need to ask you if you need a fart first.
Before he locks in.
Because this is the most locked in I'm going to be with something since Jeff Buckley Grace.
Right, I'll know.
And I need to ken, I need an unwritten rule written down in it that you
I'll not be farting in mics,
you
man.
can't eject gas.
Doctor
out your
disrespect, man. No way.
Was that season 1?
Season
2?
I think.
2. I've been thinking about this all week.
Aye.
Because I've been like, oh man, I want to do this joke of the week so much, but what if Bradley farts? And like,
Is it what I think it is?
no.
Something else?
No, something else, right.
All right, okay.
I'm going to go deep, right? I'll maybe try and finish it in 2 minutes, right? I'm going to take you on a journey, right? Small journey, but no crazy.
Eyes closed.
It's definitely no, you can keep your eyes open. It's definitely links a wee bit with Philosopher of the Week, right? And it's kind of a wee bit like his as well, right? My dad, for some weird fucked up reason, right? His 2 favourite bands are Canadian. I have no idea why. We're no Canadian in any way, shape or form. It's just like, my 2 favourite bands are Canadian, right? One of these bands, the lead singer of, he said that, we're a band for Canada, but this other band, they're a Canadian band, right?
Right.
The lead singer of the Canadian band is this guy on my t-shirt that I bought, and I waited for it specifically so that I could do a choke of the week about him. His name is Downie. He's lead singer of the Tragically Hip, and I am fucking telling you, see when I was 19 and my dad was trying to get me to listen to him, I was like, like that way it links back to when some
somebody's
cunt
telling you.
tells you, this is
the
pish,
recommendation.
Dad, I don't want to listen to it. Then you hit the times in COVID and that, and I'm on a fucking air mattress in my dad's living room. Me and him are kind of, I've come home from my work at half 10, we're a couple of beers doing, and we're sticking vinyls and CDs on, and he's forcing me to read the lyrics, and I was like, Ken, what, man, you might have been onto some of this. I am telling you the new, right? This cunt get tell, you've got brain cancer, you are going to die within 6 months or whatever. There's a documentary, 6-part documentary came out last year about the band on Prime. It's quite good, takes you all the way from the beginning to the end, right? So he gets told 6 months left to live. He's like, fuck, we need to do a last live show. And I'm pretty sure that's what that's for, right? Can you try and compare this to anything? Because I can't. It's like bigger than Oasis, right? There's a video on YouTube of them playing a song called Ahead by a Century. Ken that way where it's like sports events where I think it was CBC or CBS News or whatever it is in Canada. They're going to they go to a stadium, and then they go to a pub, and then they go to a park somewhere.
Aye.
Every single fucking one of them is full. Waynes, grannies, maws, aunts, everybody greeting because they ken he's going to die, singing along to these tunes. I don't care anything like that.
That is
It's not even
crazy.
Oasis because it's like everybody.
Aye.
Where am I going next? That's where I'm going next. So cancer obviously does eventually end up dying because it's like a really fucking hingy brain cancer, like aggressive or whatever. Justin Trudeau, who was the Canadian Prime Minister at the time, goes on live TV. I'm telling you, the cunt's eyes are red, tears all down his face. He's like, this cunt was one of the best of us, and he's dead now, and he can hardly talk on live TV. They had a minute silence in the House of Commons for this cunt. All the fucking NHL games, like all the hockey games, because they're Canadian and hockey, all that stuff. I'm telling you, Drake, Jim Carrey, Ryan Reynolds, all the Canadian men tweeting about him. And I don't know, he's just to go it. I'm trying to think, I think I've missed a couple of things, and I'm trying to think, when he's doing that last live show, you see bits in the documentary, he's awful struggling to remember some of the lyrics. He's having to learn some of the lyrics again. He's like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I'm actual dying here.
That's killing, man.
Literally.
And so, that's the other thing I missed out. Took up on stage along with Justin Trudeau, who was the Canadian Prime Minister at the time, and he was given like a kind of a big medal and feathers and all that for Indigenous folk for Canada to like say like, you've done so much for us and all that. And I'm telling you, I cry every time I fucking watch it, because it's like obviously the Indigenous folk to Canada or whatever are always getting like fucked over, same with America, but he actually gets accepted into whatever it fucking is. They're like, you'll be going to heaven with us and all that. And I'm like,
that's fake.
but I am telling you, seeing that documentary, he is fucked. And he kind of links to Philosopher of the Week and all. The cunt's got actual books, man. Books are just scribblings and notes and crazy genius. He's got books of poetry and all that are quite good, but aye.
What's the name of the doc?
Oh, now you're asking me, man. So it'll be called The Tragically Hip, but then it's called something else. I feel like it might have been the name. They released like an album of like unreleased songs, and I think it's got something to do with that.
Imagine actually knowing you've only got 6 months left to live, but
Nothing, nowhere to go, nothing to
as well.
No dress rehearsal.
No dress rehearsal, because that's in one of the lyrics. He says, "There's no dress rehearsal. This is your life." It's his lyrics, but he's actual. See if there's a Mount Rushmore for me, a cunt's lyrics. He has it, man. And a lot of them are about Canada and all that, so you don't pick up on it. I think that's why he's loved in Canada, because some of his lyrics are like
singing about him.
Specific.
I like talking about like famous celebrities and that. Like there's one story about the what's that team called? The Leafs, hockey
Leafs.
team, Maple Leafs.
Toronto Maple
They
Leafs.
won a cup, right? And I think their star player went missing and died in like a plane crash, but went missing. They didn't win an Air Cup until they fund his body like 30 years later.
Wow.
So the year they fund his body, they won
won
the
it.
next cup after he had went missing. So they sing about shit like that, like Canadian folklore and that. But that's another thing. Dan Aykroyd introduced them on SNL, because like obviously he's Canadian, so he was like, I need to introduce these guys in America. But it's a weird situation where they're like that famous anywhere else, but see if you have a Canadian person in your family, they are 1,010% ken
who he is.
That's mad,
ken who he is and ken who tries the hipper. But
That's
when
wild,
they
isn't
played SNL, there was like a lyric in a song where he's meant to say something like, he says, I'm fabulously rich, and he accidentally said, I'm tragically hip, like the band's called the Tragically Hip, and he accidentally said that, and then see after that became just the thing they sung.
Wow.
At concerts
That's
and that,
class.
but I don't know, man. I can't think of anything else, but it's peak. My dad went and seen them live when he was still alive. I didn't, because I was still like, fuck you, dad, or whatever the fuck I mean.
Do you feel gutted now? That
Oh man, I'm so gutted, because now they're like one of my favourite bands, and I was like, oh man. But Ken, when you're 18, 19 and stuff getting
you
shoved in your
don't.
throat, you're like, fuck you, dad, I want to be my own man. And
then you realise like, I'm actually half of you, and I'm probably going to like this.
I've ran out of stuff, but I couldn't think of like, because like when Paul McCartney dies, it's going to be probably pretty fucked up.
It's going to be crazy.
But like, is the Prime Minister going to be crying?
Don't know.
Is there going to be a minute silence?
Don't know.
Like,
The Queen fucking
maybe
died, and some folk, most folk weren't greeting. And I don't mean that in a rude way. I just mean
Aye.
like, there was folk, but like no everybody was all, because
No.
that's different. If everybody's
Aye.
all like collectively mourning that, whereas loads of
Aye.
folk, the Queen passing,
I'm
it's like,
telling you,
alright,
They only
another
spent-
day.
it was only- what was it? Only 120 million or something like the funeral was.
Aye,
Sorry,
and
man, we're not going that way.
but that is like, in terms of like, that was our biggest thing, but
Aye.
no, collectively everybody could get behind that.
Because see that video of them playing that song, and it's live on the telly, and it's cut into like different bars and different places and all that, and it just keeps showing you folk crying on the ground and all that, and it's just like, I don't know anybody like this.
Aye,
It's like
'cause
Billy Connolly.
I was going to
like,
say, what
for
would the
Scotland.
Scottish alternative be?
Something like Billy Connolly.
Aye.
It'd probably David Attenborough would probably be one for Great Britain. Something like, but it's mental.
Aye.
See, because Gordon, is it Harris? What's his second?
No, Gord Downie.
God Downie. See, because he was dying like fairly young as well. Like Billy Connolly and Attenborough, like old guys. It's just not as
I
tragic.
don't actually know what age he was, but say he was in his 50s, which is like crazy.
Still-
Because
There will definitely be a gap between like older generations that watch Connolly
Aye.
and like now,
Aye.
like kids don't know who Connolly is. You know what I mean?
so I don't fucking know, man. But Oh, like Trailer Park Boys, shit like that, like South Park and all that. I've defo done stuff to do with them as well. So I don't know, man.
That is very fries in the bag, but 100%.
It's like, see, the more I learned about them, and it was a run about COVID, because I remember going to my work, listening to them and going, there might be something here. And the other thing about it is the music's actually kind of easy to listen to, because it's kind of just like, it's like rootsy, folky rock music for like the 90s. So it's no like, it's there's no like crazy, like his singing's a wee bit weird. But like that's why like folk like it, because it's just like
you can just
you can kind of
easy.
just listen to it.
Easy.
But like the lyrics are like fucking fries in the bag anyway. God Downie,
Class, man.
Philosopher of the Week,
Rap,
Goal of
man.
the Week, Rap man. But if you, I don't think MD will watch that documentary, but it's incredible. And see the last episode, man, you're just like, fuck off, I'm in tears here, man. Right.
Shows you that art can transcend
That's
time, man.
Fucking two offer jokes, and I'm actually sitting debating what kind of juice I make my joke of the week.
Well, we
My
do
jokes
need
know
to
that.
finish in something light, man. don't we?
Do you want me to go? And
you go.
one? My
There
joke's
you go.
not that crazy. It's not that
Well,
passionate or deep or anything like that. It's finished the last 2 seasons of Rick and Morty, and I hadn't watched it in years. So I've been kind of joking for it this week, and it's good. I think there's moments that are really sad and very like humanitarian, philosophical, and then there's other moments where it's just like just a telly show.
Good silly fun.
I think folk have got a weird perception of folk that watch Rick and Morty now, because when it first came out it was quite different, and like it felt like you had to be clever to watch it, but now folk rip the piss out of folk that like think they're clever for
See
watching
that?
Rick and Morty, and
That last episode of season 7,
the whole
that
mental.
gave me existential crisis. Like that felt like watching. Okay, now I was saying earlier in the week about Interstellar and Requiem for a Dream and that. Like when you're watching it, you don't feel right or something. Anyway, continue.
No, the episode that Jay's talking about, basically Rick and Morty find this whole, like, cause there's no limitations in Rick and Morty, because it's all about like there's unlimited universes and whatever, right? But basically they find this hole called the fear hole, and you go in the hole, and basically like you need to face your biggest fear to get out it, but it just like never ends, basically, because it just shows how like fear you are of things, and then like eventually it just gets so like deep, like past the point
Like they keep coming out the hole, but they're still actually in the hole.
and then like it'll be like 10 minutes, and they think like, alright, finally they're out this hole, and then it's just
they're still in it,
and you're like, what is actually going on here?
I
Like,
didn't understand.
it's like an audible, you're just falling in itself. Like it's like Synecdoche, New York, man, where you're just like, where does this begin and end, man? But it was a good episode. But I do kind of like that about Rick and Morty, that like it's easy to watch, but it can like mean a lot.
There's some episodes that are really hard to comprehend what's actually they're talking about or what's going on. And then there's some episodes where they're just blowing aliens up, and you're like,
it's like they're like they'll go to a planet where it's like folk that drink piss and all that. Like it's just stupid stuff. Like I watched an episode, I think it was season 8, where like Jerry gets put in like for an air Jerry that like his universe everybody has beards, and like he like touches bits and couches and mirrors and walls to get to a different multiverse, and like nobody notices that Jerry goes away, so they're all like going through the passageway to get the other Jerrys and all that, and it's just madness. But I'm like, but like Jerry's whole thing, he's just an idiot. That's his whole thing.
was season 7 the one with the letters and the numbers, or was that season 6? Is that season 7?
7, I think.
There's letters fighting with- there's numbers fighting with letters on this planet.
And it's Ice-T,
Ice-T,
but he's water tea, and it's actual Ice-T the rapper that hangs. But like when he gets like his superpowers, he turns back into ice, and he raps to save the universe. No, it's crazy. But it's so ridiculous that it's funny. But then there is some episodes, like there's an episode where like Morty goes into this simulation in this different planet, and he lives out this like 70-year life.
I saw that.
And somebody like his wife dies, and then they just pull him out, and he's like, "Where is she? Where is she?" And Rick's like, "You're just playing a game, Morty. Like, calm down." And you're
that one is good. I've
Do you
mind that one.
remember
That is
the one
good.
where Morty has like the space alien sex doll thing? And that's like the Wayne.
The Wayne.
It's so
The
fucking
next
good.
goes so fast.
But then he becomes like a teenager, and he's got like pimples in his face,
and he's
all
white
that.
burn things and all
Aye.
that.
See,
Aye.
in season 8, episode, I think it's episode 8 or 9 of the last season it's came out, they done like a sequel to that, and basically
right.
his sons like go older and he tries to get Morty back, and it turns out he's like wrote a book talking about how shit his dad is. But it's so good. It is good.
Is there no in an episode that's something similar to that? But it's at the start of either season 8 or season, I think it's the start of season 8, and Morty's been put into a fucking Matrix thing with his sister.
Aye.
And then Rick brings them out and they're like, what the actual fuck? And they're like
Morty had to go to war if it, and it turns out it's all because Rick Morty took his phone charger and didn't give it back. So this whole universe that they've been in for like 20 years, Summer becomes the president of America, and it's all about like trying to like kill the phone chargers, and the whole thing is like the NPCs in this universe are like, don't take the phone chargers, and that's the whole narrative.
Morty's like the leader of the revolution and all that, and then gets woken up and he's like, I just put you into a Matrix for stealing my
and he comes out and he's like fixing him. It's just crazy. I do sometimes like, cause there's no limit to the like the stories they can make. But I do watch it, I'm like, how do you even come up with some of this? Like, they must have like different hats with letters, and they just go that, like space, character, shite, and then just go, right, what about universe with characters? Like, it's just, do you know what I mean? Like, they just mix stuff, because there's no limit. And the animation's really cool and all, so
it's good. I've not saw any of the, I don't know where I
definitely recommend it, but I do like it. You can sit and like binge it. I watched it in a week, like easy watching, and
Brad,
it still is
I
like
think
a
you've got
story.
them off on your head now, right here, and I'm no kidding on, by the way.
I think it might just be a bit of
Is that just a bit of fluff?
Oh, is it from a hangy?
I thought that was a moth there, man, and I was like,
Mothman.
Mothman.
But aye, that's my joke. Nothing crazy, nothing too personal. Just I've been watching Rick and Morty. It's been quite good. So I'd recommend to watch the new seasons if you haven't. I think Jay has. So,
Aye, I'll get there eventually, 100%. So into a list of 200 things that I'm currently about to watch.
My watch list, my listen list, my distraction list is crazy, man.
I've not even wrote the actual full list in my phone because I've not got enough storage. So
No, man.
Getting on anyway.
That's that jerking list taking up all this space.
What is my choke of the week going to be? So I've actually sat here the full time listening to all these chokes, which are like tremendously better than anything that came across my brain. And mine's is going to be, my choke of the week is the Vimto energy drink.
Oh, do you know the Vimto energy is actually quite
It's
class,
actual good.
That's what we're but
aye, because I couldn't think it, and I didn't want to do any TV show because I done that last week, and then I didn't want to do a takeaway because I don't want to out myself as a fat cunt again. So Vimto energy it is. But the real perk of the Vimto energy can, right, and I don't know why this is, but in the Spar they're always £1. Like pretty much they're meant to be £2.20 or something. They're always on special at £1. Like, and I worked there and they were always £1. I think there was the odd day maybe where it wasn't, and then it was back down to £1. And it just tastes like Vimto. Like, actual juice tastes like fucking Vimto. And Vimto's obviously good. Fizzy Vimto. We fucking choke. And it's the 500ml can for £1, and then you stack it against any of the monsters, and you're like, would I rather pay an extra £1.50 for the monster? Defo no at that point. Like, so Vimto energy can, if you're near a Spar, pick one up because they're so good.
I buy the Vimto Diluting just quite a lot.
Do you know what I've got in the house? The Ribena. Like, do you know,
the big fuck shaped bottle.
Right, like the teardrop shaped bottle, except I'm actually certain it was like £2.50 or something, and I actually think it might be 200ml. Like, and it's just like, it's long and thin.
They missed the full neck.
How good is that?
It's so good. You need lots of it, but see if you have it way ice, man, and then just whilst I'm on this diluting juice, man. See just
choke the year.
Diluting juice, man. It's crazy because see diluting juice way ice. I actually would pick it at almost any other drink. See, as long as you've got some ice in it, man.
Serious levels with diluting juice. I've got 4 bottles of it in the house.
It's
Robinson's Fruit Creations. I can't remember what one, but it's goated. I've got 2 bottles of Vimto. Don't ask me why. One's sugar free and one's no. Fuck knows why I've got it. And then I think the other one might be Kia Ora. Man.
I was going to say our gran used to have 10 litre of Kia Ora.
See that orange Kia Ora?
Aye, it's so good, man.
Oh no, that's fucking ran out.
Oh shit.
Better wrap it up.
Will we just wrap up the sound?
If you want.
Right, fuck it, we'll just need to. Right, anyway, I'm just going to flash the Disco Saloon thing, or we'll flash the Disco Saloon thing on the screen.
Aye.
That was our chokes of the week anyway. I know you can't see us, but
Cameras went to pot.
cameras went to pop, but we love you anyway, and we will get yous.
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
Cue that disco tune.